Welcome back to the Pro Shop Podcast. I'm Alex Fordedal. Alongside me is Tomas Zubrus, and today we are continuing our series of interviews where Thomas and myself will be chatting with some of the prospects for the upcoming 2022 OHL Priority Selection. Today, we are thrilled to be chatting with Halton Hurricanes forward Hunter McKenzie. Hunter, thank you so much for coming on, man. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Can't lie. So as we're talking right now, and correct me if I'm wrong, your season with Halton is over. Is it over?
Yes.
It's over. Okay. So with that being said, how do you feel about your last year in Halton? How do you feel, with it being your last year with the organization and with it being your draft year? Do you feel you've had a productive season with them?
Yeah, so it was actually my first year. I came from Grey Bruce, and I thought we had a decent year this year. We definitely didn't get to the places we necessarily wanted to, but I thought overall we had a good season.
All right, Hunter, it's a pleasure to have you on. But what exactly made you choose hockey as a sport? Like, what was kind of the moment where you realized that hockey was your calling?
So when I first realized hockey was the sport I wanted to play and the sport that I was most interested in was when I was a goalie since till first year of Adam, and then I wasn't enjoying it a ton, so I switched out and really started enjoying that, and then I fell in love with the game of hockey.
Fair enough.
Nice.
Fair. No, that's very fair, man. You know what? Goaltending can be fun, but it's always it's a little bit more fun, scoring those big goals, right? Also, can I just say, I love that. I love your light, that maple leaf light in your back. I love that. That's just so cool. That's just so cool, especially with Austin Matthews killing it right now. That is a really, really cool light. I wish I had that, but I don't. So I just want to get that out of the way. That was really cool. And for OHL fans who are just following your career now, how would you describe your game to people who might not know how you play?
I think I'm a two-way power forward that is a very skilled player in the O zone and can also play D zone.
All right. With that being said, do you have a specific player that you model your game after, either in the OHL or the NHL level?
So I like to model my game after Nathan McKinnon. He's obviously a very fast player that's unbelievable at hockey, and he's a guy that I've watched a ton and tried to model my game after.
One of the best players in the NHL. That's a great player to model your game after for sure. And to go off what Thomas asked, what would you say is an attribute you hope to work on moving up to the OHL? What's what's that one part of your game that you really want to focus on this offseason going into the next level?
Right now, my biggest focus is our explosiveness or shot selection, which shot selection is finding open spots to shoot and knowing when to shoot and when not to.
It's a very good choice to work on. But just warning, since the OHL draft is coming up and, next season is upon us, is there a specific team you're looking forward to playing either for or against?
Not really. Really, I'd like to play anywhere. Like, playing in the OHL is a big honor wherever you go. And I would like to play against everyone. I love the competition.
Fair enough. No, Thomas, you're gonna...
Yeah, sorry about that. Since the SCTA season is over, you were playing with the Listowel Cyclones. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah.
All right. In the Go JHL, I'm curious because I don't really tend to follow either of those leagues. Would you say it's more competitive than the SCTA?
I'd say it's a little bit more. It's definitely faster and more physical, but it's a really fun league to play in it.
And I've heard nothing but great things about that league. And I'm curious to ask you, how did that opportunity come about? Did the Cyclones come to you during your time with Halton? Did you go to them? I'm curious how that came to be.
So my older brother actually plays for them. And then, so that's how I got into them. I have to sign an AP for him this year.
Nice. Pardon me. What were some things that you took this season from playing with both Halton and Listowel that you plan on taking with you as your career continues into the OHL?
Definitely you need to be consistent in going 20, the whole game. You can't have off shifts, especially once you get to OHL and those higher leagues. You definitely need to be going all the time because there's always times where if you're not going, you'll get benched or even scratched. So you definitely need to have that motor.
Fair enough. And honestly, kind of what you alluded, the game is getting more and more harder, more competitive, more faster, right? So it's all about being able to be consistent throughout the full 60 minutes of any game, right? And a final question here, and this is a question we like to ask all of our guests in this series. And because hopefully by the time this comes out, the fan base of whatever team you're drafted from can come to this and kind of get to know you as a player, right? So this is the question: if there's one thing OHL fans should know about you, what would that be?
I love playing in front of big crowds. It's definitely, I love the dynamic of stuff like that, and I definitely I enjoy playing hockey, and I like having big crowds there.
Fair enough. And honestly, it seems like that's like the key to success, right there, just being able to soak in the atmosphere, whether it's an OHL barn or an NHL barn, right? So you know what, very, very fair stuff to say. But listen, man, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the podcast today, and hopefully we can talk to you again once you're an official member of an OHL team.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Be on the lookout for Hunter and all the other prospects we're talking to throughout this series, as I believe the 2022 OHL Pro selection starts with rounds 1 to 3 start on Friday, April 29th at 7 p.m. Eastern. I believe they will do a live stream for it on the OHL's YouTube channel. But on behalf of myself, Thomas, Hunter, and everyone at the Pro Shop Podcast, we thank you so much for watching, and we hope you have a good one.